An effective business plan is a really important part of any business. Real estate is no different. There's a famous quote, failure to plan is a plan to fail. And it's true. When you are setting up a business plan for your real estate investing business, you first have to start with the goal in mind. A lot of people, they will write down, I'm going to make $1 million by such and such a date, and that's their goal. But there's a reason that we all want to make a lot of money, and it has nothing to do with the dollar figure. It's really based on what's your goal? What's the lifestyle that you want to achieve? I know for me, it was, I got started really from failure, and failure brought me into real estate. My goal was to just provide a lifestyle for my family where I could work when I wanted, and I could make the kind of money that I could pretty much do whatever I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it. What that meant and really translated to me was that I want to take a month-long vacation at the beach every summer. I want to take every Friday off. I want to sleep till 10 o'clock twice a week if I want to, and basically be able to construct my life. And then you take that idea and turn it into revenue or a dollar figure. What is required to meet that lifestyle? As an example, let's say that you want to, well, I got a bad pen here, so excuse me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Let's say that you want to buy a house. That's the objective. That is the reason that, that you got into real estate, is to buy a $500,000 house. The $500,000 house, you're going to need two things there. You're going to need to save $100,000 down payment, and then you're going to have to create a revenue of probably between $2,500 and $3,000 a month to pay a mortgage on it. So that's one of your goals. The goal here is, number one, save $100,000. When do you want to buy this house? Do you want to buy it in a year? Let's say in 12 months, that's about $8,000 a month that you're going to have to save. And you're going to have to come up with another $3,000 a month, totaling $11,000 a month in revenue. And if that's your goal, then that's the jumping off point, $11,000 a month. Now, why did I start from the idea of a lifestyle? Well, you want to keep yourself motivated. There's going to be times in your investing that you have setbacks. There are things, there's going to be days when you think, man, there's never going to be another deal. How do I keep going? Why am I still doing this? But the truth is, it's just when you feel those kind of, in the doldrums, when you look at that pie in the sky, oh, I want to make $11,000 a month, it seems overwhelming, it seems daunting, and it seems like it's either never going to happen, or really it's not as much of a motivator to get out and do what you need to do. But if you think about that house that you're buying for your family, because you want your wife to be in a nicer place, you want your kids to have their own room, you want a nice backyard to go out and play, that's a totally different motivation. You want to create motivators for yourself that are going to get you out the door and get you through some of the tough times. So that's where we're going to start. In this illustration, we're going to use that $11,000 a month. The next step is to define your investment strategy. And what's that mean? Well, your investment strategy, we've talked about this in some of the other trainings, but I like the real easy, straightforward basics that work time after time. Strategy number one is going to be wholesaling. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars wholesaling properties, and it's a really good strategy if you're just getting started, because you don't need a boatload of cash. There's a very limited risk, and your chances for success are pretty high. So wholesaling, you've got buy, fix, and flip, and you also have rental income. Those are three really strong strategies that have worked time after time and over time. But for this case, if you're just getting started, let's say you want to wholesale properties, okay? So we've defined our strategy, and step number three in creating our plan is a quantitative analysis. What the heck is that? Good question. Quantitative analysis is transforming our $11,000 a month into actionable steps. Things that you can track and make sure that you're doing the right things and having the right, right small successes that are going to build into that, into reaching that goal. So the first thing we want to look at is the revenue per deal. I know in my wholesale business, my average wholesale fee is $7,500. Now, that's going to change. It's going to be different in every market. Some areas, $7,500 is nothing. The higher the dollar amount of the property, typically the higher a wholesale fee. So in some cases, you could be seeing $30,000, $40,000 on a wholesale fee, which I have. But then in other cases, you might only be seeing $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 on a wholesale fee. A good rule of thumb is to start anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 as a profit on a transaction. So in this case, let's say I'm going to use my my $7,500 number, and since I don't have a calculator handy, we're going to say that basically this is $7,500 per deal. All right. Next, we're going to take a look at the deals per month. How many of these deals at $7,500 do I have to do to get to that $11,000 number? In this case, it's going to be 1.5 deals each month. Now the third step, and we're going to talk about marketing in one of the later trainings, but the third step is really going to be the most important step. Some people like to track the number of offers they make. Others like to track the number of leads. I like to track the number of leads because most of the offers that I make are sight unseen, verbal offers over the phone with a large ballpark. Typically, if somebody calls me, I'm going to kind of put my foot in the water, put my toe in the water to see where they are, as far as motivation level. So I'm just going to throw numbers out. For me, that is not really a good indicator of whether I'm getting closer or further away from my monthly goal. So I track leads. I know that if I get X amount of leads, I'm going to get a deal. And in my case, it's about 35 leads per deal. And let's define a lead real quickly here. A lead is a name, phone number, contact information for someone who wants or needs to sell their home. These are people that are calling me, talking to me. These are leads that are generated from the seller themselves. It's not like I'm going on to the MLS and calling the owner. No, these are people that are contacting me about selling their home. So for me, it's about 35 leads for each deal. And so this is what I'm looking at. I know that if I have 1.5 deals, I need to do 1.5 deals each month, and it costs me 35 leads to get one deal. I'm going to need, what is that? 45, 50. All right, so it's about 52 to 53 leads per month. Excuse me if my math is a little off, but really that's my goal. Now I've got this business plan that I know that I've got a reason to be out there working because I'm chasing a lifestyle. The lifestyle is defined by the revenue. Next, I know that I'm going to be wholesaling deals. That's going to be my focus. I'm going to go out, I'm going to find properties that I can get at a discount, put them under contract, and sell them to an end investor. And number 3, quantitative analysis. I know that I need 52 to 53 leads on a monthly basis to reach my goal. And this is something that you're going to want to track. You're going to want to know, all right, am I getting enough leads? Do I need to increase my marketing? Is it taking me 40 leads per deal? Is it taking me 100 leads per deal? If so, I got to increase my marketing. If it's 10, that's a totally different story. These numbers are going to change in your market for you personally, but it's the starting point. It's putting together this business plan. It's putting together this plan to go out there and succeed. It's really, really important. So I encourage you to sit down, take a couple notes, figure out what your objective is. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Why are you here? Why are you interested in real estate to begin with? Once you've defined that, turn it into a revenue goal and work backwards until you know exactly how many leads it's going to take for you to go out and live the kind of life that you want to live.